Hello friends, it's Shauna here from White Crane Qigong. I'm sitting here by our beautiful tea tree lake at sunset. I'm hanging out with the ducks, the occasional cranes, some baby bush turkeys, and some beautiful families who are just heading home for the evening with their kids. This week has been quite a week. I've been talking to several people who come to session and friends of mine, and almost everyone has been saying about how heavy the energy has been this week. So I've really been tapping into this because I've been feeling it too. Kind of like, I actually saw this image this week of this artist, and she makes these huge installations. And this installation was a sculpture of a gigantic woman in a very restrictive frame, like a greenhouse, and you can see that she's just like too big for this space. And when I saw that image, I thought, oh my gosh, that's exactly how I'm feeling right now, kind of like I'm just busting at the seams. I want to get going, and yet I've got my own restrictions happening at the moment, and there's this sense of a really big heaviness. I don't have a TV, so I don't watch the news, but I do kind of pick and choose here and there what I will attune to. And there's a lot of upheaval happening on our planet at the moment. And, nothing is good or bad. It's just about your perception of it. It's if you can get to the point where you just realize that it's just what's happening and it's occurring, it takes a lot of the stress and the sting or the worry out of it. But nevertheless, there is a lot going on the planet at the moment that can feel quite scary, quite uncertain. There's lots of big changes happening, and not in just one place, but in a lot of places. So a lot of people are feeling unsettled. And then what happens is this also becomes a part of the collective energy. We're all a part of one source. So the best way for me that I perceive this, and this is just my perception, is that your body has trillions of cells, right? And each cell has its own intelligence and its own life and its own desire and its own health and all of that. And it's the same with all of us as a collective. We're all a cell in this giant human body. And when one cell is infected in some way or unwell or whatever, this has the capacity to start being passed on by proxy to the cells around it, and then potentially can move through a whole body. And I see that this is what's happening on the planet with the collective energy. There's this collective heaviness, like we all know something's happening, and it feels like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Like it's just about to pop, but no one knows what it really is and what it's going to entail. We can just all feel that this is happening. And so how does this relate to Qigong? Because coming full circle, all the practices that I put up here for you, I'm tuning into the energy at the time, and I'm putting out a weekly practice so that you can realign your own internal energy with your center. When we go off center inside us, and I know I'm very sensitive to energy, so I know this past week I've been like feeling pretty freaked out, and not freaked out, but just really off balance. And it makes it harder to focus. It makes it more difficult to make discerning choices because you're kind of all over the place mentally and energetically, right? So we come back to center. And so these practices that I'm putting up here for you are attuning to the energies around us so that you have a means of coming back to your own center. When we can stay grounded and connected within, and we're not knocked so off balance by what's happening around us, we're able to make better choices. And when we can make better choices for ourselves, just like that one cell that might be infected or unhealthy, if you have one cell that's really healthy and strong, that can also support the cells and the whole being around us. So the more of us who can stay connected and stable, as challenging as that is, and I'm feeling it too. Like I really want to stress here that just because I'm on here and I seem really calm and relaxed when I'm making the videos, and I am a very steady, stable person, that wasn't always the case for me. I know what it feels like to get really thrown off center, and then you just kind of reach out and you grab for anything that feels safe and stable, which is usually what has been, because you know it, not necessarily because it's so great, but it's familiar, right? And when something's familiar, we tend to get that, oh, okay, I know what to expect and I know what this is, and then it just feels easier. But that might not necessarily be the case. It might not be the best thing for you. So that's what I wanted to share with you this week. Just that, you know, try to make your Qigong your lifestyle. You want to stay balanced and centered as much as you can. Try to do your practice more than once a week. Like, even if you can do just 10 minutes a day where you just gathering in, pulling down from energy from the sky, maybe doing a couple of regulating the breath, coming up, knocking on the door of life, even if just you're doing 10 minutes a day, I really cannot express to you how radically this can realign your energy for the positive, so that as we move into the changes that are coming for everybody, and they're coming whether we want them or not, whether you feel ready or not. And this could be a wonderful, amazing thing. And it will be if you feel grounded and connected and stable. All right, that's all I'm going to say today. I'm probably going to be doing these little energetic check-ins more often. And if there's anything else that you want me to touch on, please ask and please let me know. I so appreciate all your feedback and this community that we're growing here. You're all an integral part of my little world, and I thank you all so much. And I hope whatever you're going through this week is made easier by your own practices, and know that you can shift your energy no matter what's going on for you. I used to have really debilitating anxiety. I used to stress over everything, and now it's kind of like, ugh, it's just a thing of the past. And I never thought I would get to this place. Sending you all lots of love from my beautiful corner of the world, and wishing you all very well.